Many of my studio photographs, my portraits, are produced with quite sophisticated lighting equipment. But I'm going to show you how to do similar results, get similar results with a $4 lighting setup. You don't need a lot of equipment to do this sort of stuff. You're going to be able to do beautiful portraits, hard light or soft light portraits with a $4 lighting setup. We all know that we can shoot portraits with daylight. Daylight is a great light source. It's pretty much always available through the daylight hours, obviously, and it's free. It doesn't cost us anything. The problem with daylight is that it's not as easy to use as a lot of people think it is, and it's not always available. If you're shooting indoors in a dark room, if you're shooting at night, if it's raining, sometimes the daylight's just not suitable for what you want to do. So if you want to experiment a little bit with studio portraiture, if you want to get into studio portraiture in a less expensive manner, then you can use this technique that I'm going to show you today. You don't need sophisticated lighting. You don't need all of the stuff that we do. It does make it simpler and makes it easier and allows you to be a bit more creative, but you can simply use this $4 lighting technique and come up with beautiful images. And the great thing about this technique is that it's always available. If you've got these lights with you, you can shoot at any time of day. You can shoot inside, you can shoot in a darkened room, you can shoot at any time. So it's a great starting point for your studio lighting career. G'day. We're here in the studio today just to demonstrate that you don't need to spend a lot of money on lighting equipment. We've got a basic light here that we bought from a discount store. This is a second-hand one, actually cost me $3 for this desk lamp. And I'm going to do various things with it just to produce a good quality image with that plain desk lamp. We're going to soften this light later on because when we're aiming to do a portrait, as I normally do, I shoot people, when I'm aiming to shoot a portrait, I want to try and use soft light as much as I can because soft light is much more flattering than hard light. If we're using a desk lamp just with a light bulb, it tends to be quite hard because the light source is small. So there are various different ways that we can soften that light down and make it a little bit more flattering on our model. Now there are other ways that we can do cheap lighting. Obviously we can use daylight. Daylight is free. You can use that for any of your photography. We can also use window light. If we're indoors, we can use light coming through a window, which is nice soft light as well. But if you want to start getting into studio portraiture or into indoor photography, then learning a little bit about indoor lighting is going to make a big difference. So you can see we've got this desk lamp here that's got a 60 watt bulb in it. When you purchase a lamp like this, particularly a second-hand one, make sure that you get one that's capable of taking a high wattage bulb. It needs to have a ceramic insert in it rather than plastic. The plastic ones are limited to how bright a globe you can put in there because you could get it melting and causing a problem. So this one's fine for a 60 watt bulb. We're going to use this to light Louisa, who's our model here today. Take a couple of shots just with the light bulb, and then we're going to use our softening techniques to try and make it softer and more flattering on Louisa's face. Now, there are a couple of things we need to think about with our camera and our camera settings. I've just got my crop sensor camera here. It's the one that I use most often with my business. Crop sensor cameras are fine for pretty much anything that I need to do in photography. I've got a 50mm lens here, a 50mm 1.8, which again is probably the cheapest lens that you can buy for a Nikon camera. You can get them for all camera brands. Just a 50mm is a standard focal length, it's a fixed focal length, but on a crop sensor it's nice focal length for shooting portraits, because it's around about the short telephoto range when you're using it on a crop sensor. So it's going to give you flattering results. Now, the settings on my camera are going to be critical as well. Because we're using a light bulb, the light is very dull. The intensity of the light is pretty low. So we need to be a bit careful with that. So I'm going to be shooting at 800 ISO, which again, my crop sensor camera can handle fine. 800 ISO, I'm going to be using my aperture at f4. Now I could use 1.8 with this lens if I wanted to and open it up and get more light in, but most of you will be shooting with zoom lenses that go down to f4, so I think I'll do it at f4 and that shouldn't be a problem for me. I'm going to use a shutter speed of 1/100th of a second because I'm hand holding these shots, and 1/100th of a second means that I won't get too much camera shake, or hopefully I won't get any camera shake if I'm careful. So they're my settings: 800 ISO, f4 at 1/100th of a second. Now also, because we've got a light bulb, we've got a tungsten light in this lamp, it's going to give us a warm coloured light. So we need to account for that. Once we've taken a shot, I'll show you, I'll take a shot without a white balance adjustment, and then I'll take another one with the white balance adjustment to show you the difference that will make. Okay, Louisa, we're going to just turn this light on here. I know it's fairly bright. Now, because this light is coming from the side here, we need to turn your face a little bit towards that light. Yeah, great. And I'll just frame up my shot, get it focused, and I'll get you just to turn your eyes to me. Yeah, lovely. Okay. All right, now, the image that I've got here is quite orange, as you can see. So to counteract that, I'm going to go into my white balance adjustment and I'm going to switch it to a tungsten light setting, which is the incandescent setting on some cameras, or you could set a Kelvin value of maybe 3200, whichever way you want to do it. We've changed our white balance to an incandescent or light bulb setting, so I'm going to do another shot of Louisa and you can see the difference that it makes. That's it, lovely. Eyes to me, yeah, good. Maybe tilt your head a little bit to the side, yeah. Okay, wonderful, here we go. All right, terrific. Now you can see that image is more natural coloured. The white balance has moved the colour bias towards a bluer end of the scale, so that's going to correct for that white balance in that light bulb. All right, so we're going to take a few more shots of Louisa using this single hard light, and then we're going to diffuse it and make it softer. Okay, maybe sitting up a little bit taller for me. Yeah, that's it. Good. Just tilt that up a little bit. Okay. All right, focus. Great, here we go. Yep, so a little tilt to the side. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. All right, now we're going to get a diffuser. Now, again, I don't want to spend a lot of money on my lighting for this shoot. The purpose of this shoot is to show you budget lighting options. So all I've got here is a piece of tracing paper. This tracing paper cost me about $1 from a stationery store. I'm going to place it in front of that light so that this tracing paper now becomes the light source. I'm going to move it so that that light from the light bulb fills up as much as I can on that tracing paper. Now you'll also notice that I've got this light a little bit higher than Louisa's face. I don't want it down low. I've stacked up a couple of things here. I've got an old ladder and I've got a toolbox with the light on top, just so that I can get that light a little bit above Louisa's eyes so that it looks more natural to us. Okay, so we'll do a couple of shots like this and you'll see the difference that the softening makes.
Stars in my eyes, twist you around. I'll get you high, yeah, heaven is a place we found. Lightning and my energy.
Okay, here we go. Lovely. Just tilt that head a little bit to the side. Yeah, great. Maybe a hand up on your shoulder or something. Yeah, that's it. Great, yeah. Okay, just want you to look over towards this part of the tracing paper. Yeah, good. And turn your eyes back to me. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Louise is a beautiful model, so we can't help but get great shots of her. But using this basic, cheap lighting setup, you can see the amazing, soft, natural light that we get on her face.
If you dare, I'll take you somewhere that you've never been. I got
Now I'm just going to modify this lighting a little bit. I'm going to use a reflector just to bounce a bit of light back onto the other side of Louisa's face. So I'm just going to hold it up here because I don't have any assistants to help me today. Just going to hold it up there. Now I know I'm blocking Louisa's face, but just going to shoot it like that. That's it. The camera's not working because I turned it off. Okay, right, we'll just edit that bit out. Okay, here we go. Wonderful, that's it. Yes, good. You can see how that puts a little bit extra light on Louisa's, her left side of her face. I'm going to move it in a little bit closer. As long as it's not in shot, then that's going to be fine. Just turn that face a little bit, yeah, that's it, great. Okay, with the reflector, without the reflector.
You falling in circles in the dark. Better be careful. Hearts break hard. Tied up in my headspace, got you dizzy. Love me until I'm all you see. I got stars in my
So now I'm using another desk lamp in the background. So this ups our cost of our lighting to $6, $7 including our tracing paper. I'm going to use that backlighting just to light the back of Louisa's head and her shoulders, and then I'm going to turn it around and aim it at the background to brighten up the background a little bit. I'm also going to stick a coloured gel over it, just so that it can colour that background a little bit. Now that background light, the one I've got over behind Louisa, is not a tungsten light, it's an LED light. It just came with the lamp when I bought it, so it's going to be a little bit bluer already. Because we've changed our white balance to add blue to our image to counteract the orange from the tungsten light, that background light is going to be a little bit blue already. So we'll see how it looks. I may not have to add any coloured gel to it to give me that blue effect on that background. So we've got that lighting behind Louisa now. I can see that nice rim lighting around her hair and her shoulders. I need to be careful to hide it in behind her so that I don't get any bright flare coming from that background light. Okay, here you go, Louisa, lovely. Just focusing, yeah. Good, just turn your face around the front a little bit more, yeah, that's it. Good, and that tilt again. Yeah, I love tilts. That's it, fantastic. So you can see that little bit of light coming from the back just highlights around Louisa's hair a little bit and around her shoulders. Now I'm going to turn it on the background and just light that background a little bit to add a little bit of brightness to that background and make it look a bit more professional. There we go, that looks great. Okay, once again, nice focus, yeah. So you're tilting your head before I tell you now, aren't you? That's great, yeah, here we go. Yeah, terrific. So I don't think I need to add any blue to that background. That LED bulb is giving us that slight blue colour, which is what I want. I much prefer having a blue background generally, or cooler colours, because cooler colours tend to recede in a photograph and emphasise those skin tones and make my shot look a little bit more three-dimensional. So there we go. We've got a cheap lighting setup, either $3 plus $1, $4 lighting setup, or if we add that extra lamp in the background, it's another $3 on top. So you don't need to spend a lot of money to produce amazing images.